Welcome back, everybody. My name is Moon. I work for KayBoops, and today marks the start of a journey. I'm going to be going through the entire discography of different K-pop artists and groups. And it only feels right if I start with the girl group that is purely responsible for my love for K-pop that I just started just under a year ago. Of course, if you have any other K-pop artists that I should consider checking out, please leave a comment, because I'm currently doing a deep dive into different K-pop artists since I'm so new to the genre, and so far I'm going to be doing this for Twice and then soon Dreamcatcher as well. So if you have any other artists I should consider checking out, please leave a comment. That's enough of me rambling on now. Let's get on to the review. I'm Moon. This is The Story Begins by Twice. This is some Vampire Survivors gameplay to keep you distracted, and let's get into it. Like Ooh-Ah. It's an alright debut song. I'm gonna spend most of my time talking about this song in the context of it being, the song that was supposed to sell the world on this group. I don't know if this is the correct thing to do, but it kind of makes it easier for me to discuss the song. In my opinion, Like Ooh-Ah kind of does an alright job of showing off each of the members, which I guess would be pretty difficult considering there's 9 members that they're trying to, sell. What I mean by the song doing an alright job of showing off the members, I mean that some of the members kind of get, the short end of the stick when it comes to them actually being properly showcased, in my opinion. In terms of the main vocalist, it seems that Chungyeon kind of gets the short end of the stick, considering how, Jio is screaming throughout her entire part in the final chorus. I guess the short-haired tomboy look that they gave her was sufficient enough in their eyes. Besides that, I feel like the rap part being shared by 2 members, that being Dahyun and Chaeyoung, is an alright compromise, but the rap part itself is nothing I'm really too crazy over. The rap part itself is alright. I can't really say anything too bad about it, but I also can't really, praise it that much. Mainly because at this point, Dahyun and Chaeyoung's raps aren't really gonna stand out since they just started. I know that Chaeyoung did stand out in 16, the survival show they did, but I know considering what they give them later on, they either get worse rap parts or better rap parts. So at this, this little rap part that they have in Like Ooh-Ah is an alright one. Another thing about, I don't feel like this is the best showcase of the members is that I feel like Jio just kind of takes the song over, and which, at least for me, it's not really a good look for the debut song, especially when they kind of have 2 other main vocalists that they could have used a bit more, especially in giving them more lines. I'm mainly talking about Chungyeon, like I mentioned earlier, and Jio also just seems to get 20 extra seconds of just pure ad-libs at the very end, which I mentioned again earlier as well. And I know later on she kind of just, dominates most of the vocalist department. But I know at least for a debut song, I would have assumed they would have, given more variety in terms of, who we're hearing on the chorus especially. But, they I guess they just gave us a sneak peek of what we're going to expect for the rest of their discography. As for Momo, her vocals aren't really shown off at all. I know she isn't meant to be a vocalist, and it kind of just seems like at this point they were just trying to show her off as the dancer, giving her own dance break and stuff. So I'm okay with her not really getting much vocal presence in this song. Mina and Sana have their own little vocal moments in the sense that I'm pretty easily able to distinguish who's who vocally in their little parts in the verses, which is a good thing. I mean, I'm able to more easily distinguish who's who despite them not having much time given to them. So that's a plus. And I guess I can also put Chewie in this camp as well, because she's just relegated to doing the pre-chorus, which I think is fine since of course there are 9 members and it's pretty hard for all 9 members to shine in most songs. So with her just doing the pre-chorus, I think it's the same with just Mina and Sana also having their little parts in the verses, in that they're just, they're meant to build up the song, and of course that's what their role is, unfortunately, as sub vocalists. So I think it's fine that they have quite a limited role in the song, despite not having much time on the track itself. Now that's enough about the members. Let's actually talk about the song itself. And I feel like the chorus does have its moments. And I guess the best way to describe the chorus is that it's very pop anthem-y. Like, it's the message it's trying to send is just that, you know, if you want to get with any of them, you gotta try, and you gotta basically make them feel special. But other than that, it's just a very anthemic pop song with the chorus. However, it does get me a little annoyed after a bit. It's not the most pleasant chorus to hear to the ears. I don't blame the vocalist on this. It's just that the way it's structured and the whole way the song is, it kind of tires me out after a little while. In terms of choruses that they have throughout the rest of their discography, or even throughout the rest of this album in specifics, I feel like this chorus is a little tame on what they kind of excel in the sense that they kind of create this very earwormy or just very catchy choruses or hooks that can really get you like enjoy listening to the chorus itself. And I feel like this one's kind of just too, like I mentioned earlier, anthemic, or kind of just a little too brash on the ears. So that's why I can't really praise the chorus that much, but it is listenable, and I don't think it's bad in any way. So overall, I feel like the song serves its purpose of being, you know, a song to display the members and, you know, show them what they're kind of made of, since it is their debut song. But I can't really get past putting this song as being great. It's good, but I'm not gonna be, you know, saying that, oh, it's the best thing on this album, or it's like their best title track. It is their debut song, so I am going to be giving it a score of 3 boops, because I feel like it just does its job. However, I don't feel like it really excels in it, and like I mentioned earlier, with some of the members being, you know, kind of underutilized, I feel like there's other songs on this album that do that much better in that aspect, so that's why this song's getting a score of 3 boops. Okay, this song is going to destroy me, mainly because I can like legit not decide what I should rate this song, mainly because it's just such a bizarre song for me to listen to that I can't really make up my mind on it. Okay, some quick background with this song. I guess it's really unfortunate that I listened to this song well after its release date. That is back in 2022, when I first discovered K-pop as, you know, something that I actually want to consider listening to as a genre. Meaning I've kind of heard this song in some of the Time to Twice intros, because I was, you know, watching some of their reality show content. And now, you know, this song was used for the intros, and now that's all I hear it as. Because of this song kind of just like pumps me up, but it also fills me up with rage. This song is just giving me mixed emotions on like whether or not I should feel happy or mad or sad when it does come on. And I even felt this at the Twice concert themselves a few times, when I was just standing there, and whenever it was on the encore wheel, people were like screaming for it, and I was just standing there like, do I really want to hear this song right now? Now, you may be asking, why do I, you know, dislike it? You know, you just mentioned that you hear it in, you know, the Time to Twice intros. Why do you hate it so much? Well, the thing is, I just feel like this song just fits the vibe of being some intro to some Disney Channel show that was canceled after one season, because it was trying too hard to be all cool and hip, you know. However, I do have some good things to say about this song, besides comparing it to, you know, being an intro song for a Disney Channel show that sucked. And one of the things is Momo's rap. I know my point of Momo's rap being a highlight of the song isn't something new or groundbreaking that hasn't been said before, but it kind of just really encapsulates Momo's shining moment in the entirety of the album. And I really want to put like a spotlight on her rap portion, mainly because she has such a unique and weird voice, but one that I enjoy hearing, strangely enough, especially when she raps. It just, you know, she doesn't compare to the other members in terms of like strong vocals, but the way that she sings, I think it really benefits her and her style, especially when she's rapping. That's why I kind of have to put a spotlight and like, kind of give her chops for this rap portion of the song. Like, I know Chaeyoung had her little rap moment right before Momo in the same exact song, but I'm unfortunately gonna give it to Momo in terms of what is being my favorite part of the whole song. Maybe because Momo's unique voice, like I mentioned, and also just feels like Chaeyoung gets many more opportunities to showcase her rap ability. Momo doesn't really get that opportunity as much, at least earlier on in the discography. So I feel like this is better like used as a shining moment for Momo rather than just being, another day in the office for Chaeyoung. The line distribution also seems to be a lot better than in the previous song, whereas Geo is no longer holding her reign of terror over the rest of the members who even dare to want more than 15 seconds in a song. Unfortunately, I am gonna have to give this song a rating of 2 boops. Now, I know a lot of people like this song. They really enjoy it. It holds a lot of like special places in people's hearts because, it's used so often in their reality content. However, it's just that every time I listen to the song, I can't just stop getting reminded of, bad things about it. I didn't really mention the chorus much on this song, but it also really gets annoying. But however, like I mentioned, there are some good parts to it. Like I mentioned, Momo's rap and me using this song as my new YouTube intro is enough to give it a score of 2 boops. P.S. Is it really an album or like song review if you don't make everybody mad with your opinion on one of the songs? It's bound to happen. Going Crazy. This song kind of just sounds like exactly a song that I would expect like a new K-pop girl group to make back in their mid 2010s. It just sounds like the quintessential quote-unquote young love song that I feel like every older teenager to slightly younger adult like female artists make at some point in their career. It's like super non-offensive. It doesn't really do anything crazy. It's an alright listen to. It doesn't create too much emotion in me, negative nor positive. I also feel like the rap is actually surprisingly decent. I know I hate rap verses. Well, I hate most rap verses. But this one doesn't really feel that intrusive into the song. It kind of just actually feels like it fits the flow of the song overall. And it's not really filled with any like super corny rap lines that I feel like, rap in pop songs tends to use sometimes, since pop isn't the most serious of genres. Like I said, the rap verse is surprisingly decent and listenable, so I'll give this song its props for that. And with the chorus, I feel like it's pretty alright. I don't feel like it's groundbreaking, but I feel like it's the good amount of like annoying but catchy. However, I do feel like Junghyun's final chorus is probably my favorite part of the whole song. Totally not biased, by the way. In the words of Momo in this song, Junghyun in the final chorus is, quote, making me so cray. Let's keep it between me and you that never happened, okay? Anyhow, I feel like this song is one of those songs that you can just, either like it, you can hate it. I really just don't mind it that much. Like I mentioned, it is just like the quintessential young love song. I feel like this type of song is probably been used by many pop artists. So I feel like the album in itself doesn't really miss much if this song wasn't on the track list, but its inclusion isn't adding much either. So this song, it's alright. I'm gonna go ahead and give this song a rating of 3 out of 5 boops. Mainly with everything I mentioned earlier about it being just like the quintessential young love song that I feel like any group can make and not make it sound any different from any other group. Also because I think it's just like the perfect example of being like a listenable K-pop song, in the sense that it doesn't try anything too crazy, and what it is trying to do, it does it pretty well. But unfortunately, that still doesn't make it that great of a song. It's listenable, but it's not something that I would write home about. So with Truth, I feel like this song was made to show off the vocal prowess of the members, specifically the main vocalists. And by main vocalists, I just mean Geo and Nayeon, because I'm pretty sure they take up more than like 50% of the song. However, in their, showcase of these strong vocalists that they have at their disposal, I feel like just the biggest downside to this song is that they almost just like completely disregard 3 of their members, being Dahyun, Momo, and Chewy. Okay, time for like a little rant real quick. I just want to say that one thing that's kind of irked me so far about, discovering the K-pop genre for myself is that they kind of, all the times like songs with members, like multiple members on it, they always try to force all the members to have at least like one part, even if it's only for a few seconds or just like one line. They try to force each of the members to have some sort of contribution to the song. But from what I've seen, and like in this song specifically, the contribution that the members add is almost nothing, and it kind of just adds nothing to the overall vibe of the song. So it just kind of leaves me with the feeling of like, what was the purpose of having this member on the song in the first place if they weren't going to have any actual meaningful addition to add? It's not their fault that they didn't get the lines. Well, I'm assuming it's not their fault, but like what like when the song was being mastered and produced, like what was going through the minds of like, so only like this member is only going to get one line. They're only going to get 2 seconds on the entire 3-minute song. Like I don't really like that. And I guess I kind of got spoiled by this one Western boy band that I listened to a lot once when they're like still a group, and that even though they had like 6 or 7 active members at the time, those members would not always be like forced to be on the same song together. They would just go into the songs that they felt like they would be used most like appropriately. Like they all had 7 different distinct styles to them, and every time they were on the song, you felt like that style was actually needed, or like they brought their own version of what they were usually doing onto that song. So most of the time you only get 3 to 4 members on each song, despite them having 7 members. And because they never like forced all 7 members to be on the song, it kind of meant the songs where all the members were actually on the same song together, it made them more meaningful and made those songs have more impact, and it made just the songs feel more grand at the end of things. And of course they usually say that for like the big songs on the album, so it would make sense to have most, if not all, the members to be, somewhat present in the song for some reason. But even for like this B track right here, I don't see the reason for having all 9 members be in the song, especially with some of the points I was saying earlier. It's just a song to flex the vocals of some of the members. Like it's still an enjoyable song, but like I don't see why a third of the members are even on this song if combined they only get 5 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna stop that little rant because I actually know the reason why they, don't exclude members most of the times from songs. But it just, it's something that irks me. But ignoring that, I just want to say that this song, for the score wise, I am gonna give it 3 boops. I'm giving it a score of 3 boops, mainly because I do think this song is still enjoyable. It is a good showing and display of some of these members' vocals, and especially in the sense that it was made to actually be into a somewhat entertaining song with a somewhat entertaining chorus. However, it only gets a score of 3 boops because of how imbalanced it is, how honestly it should have been a subunit song, but I know why they didn't make it a subunit song, but like it should have been. The way that the song was actually at the end created and how it was actually distributed amongst the members in terms of what lines they had. So yeah, like I still think it's an enjoyable song. It's a pretty decent song. However, it just irks me. And honestly, I felt like if this song was like in a later album where they actually only had a few of the members on the song, I think this song would have been probably much, much better. But this is what we got. It's an enjoyable song. I don't think it doesn't tear down the album that bad anyway. It kind of just elevates it a bit because it kind of, like I said, displays the members, well, some of the members in a good light. Oh boy, I don't even want to talk about this song. I just want to say that this song has the worst chorus on the entire album. Yep, it's even worse than Do It Again's. It's just like the entire chorus run, like the pre-chorus, the chorus, and the post-chorus. That entire thing annoys me, especially the post-chorus. The "just be mine, mine, mine" part makes me like legit want to rip my hair out because of how dumb. I'm gonna say it's dumb. It's stupid. The lyrics on the song also very atrocious. They're so amateurish. The production is not helping the song either. It's super basic, super boring. It really shows off that, you know, this is a song that's very early in their career, because it shows that there's not much care or thought put in this song. Okay. I'm gonna try to calm down a little bit, but the thing is, I also hate the bridge, which, you know, as a bridge in a song, it's supposed to take you from the penultimate chorus into the final chorus, and usually like introduces like a mood change, a slight vibe shift in the fact that and changing how you feel, you know, before he gets you with that, you know, that hard hitting final chorus. Well, this is also one of the worst bridges I've ever seen from Twice, in the sense that it's literally just the same line, the same obnoxious line, just said twice, just by Chaeyoung, and then repeated by Mina. So like, it's just such an awkward transition between just pretty mediocre and just boring chorus into the next one, by just adding a 2-line bridge that, honestly, if it wasn't there, I wouldn't have noticed, because even though it is in there right now, it just adds no value to the song whatsoever. No, I do know what value it adds to the song. It freaking gives you a few seconds of peace and mind before the chorus comes up again. Also, I really feel like no member really shines here, in my opinion. Like, it's just I don't even know what I'm listening to when this song comes on. It's super annoying. It's not catchy whatsoever. It kind of just doesn't shine the members in a good light, in my opinion. Also, out of the 3 candy related songs that Twice has, this is definitely the worst. Okay, I'll actually stop dogging on the song now, because there's probably someone out there that really likes this song. But I'm gonna just go ahead and give the song a rating of just 1 boop. I'm pretty sure this is the first 1 boop rating on this channel's history. So even though I do think this song is really bad and not really worthy of any sort of praise, I guess the one good thing that came out of it was that it kind of got the first ever 1 boop score on my channel. So I guess that's a positive. Oh, this album's so evil. They went ahead and hid this song right after Candy Boy. Like, who does that? I know this comparison isn't gonna make a lot of sense probably to a lot of people, but it makes sense to me, and I think my opinion is the only correct one, so I'm gonna go ahead and make it. This song kind of just reminds me of older Taylor Swift music. I know this comparison probably makes 0 sense, especially since I haven't actually given Taylor Swift a proper listening in about 6 or 7 years. So, you know, my opinion might be a bit outdated, but it's just whenever I hear this song and its production, I just get reminded of pop country, and just the first artist to come to mind about that is Taylor Swift. Now, this is meant to be a compliment. I mean, no any animosity towards Taylor Swift. She's doing amazing right now in terms of, you know, music and setting records and all that stuff. So she's doing great. I just meant that this song just sounds like some pop country stuff that I would hear in the radio when I was like a little kid. So that's what I meant. I feel like this song, especially in its chorus, is really good, and I feel like it actually gives more of the members a chance to actually, you know, shine and really demonstrate their vocal abilities. Like, first of all, Chungyeon and Sana singing the chorus together 2 times? What is this? This is a godsend. Especially since they're like kind of on the opposite end, or like opposite side of the spectrum when it comes to the tone of their voice. It kind of really fits together. I feel like just in general, this song just really allows for each of the members to have their own little moments that really like builds this song up to be like a really cohesive group effort. Like the main vocalists, they weren't like fighting over spots. They all had a pretty similar times in terms of line distribution. Even the sub vocalists got their own little memorable moments, whether it was in the pre-chorus, the verses, the bridge of the song, the rap, or in just the chorus like Sana did. She was able to sing it 2 times. Also, little PS, I feel like the rap on the song also wasn't that bad, which I think is a major plus in pop songs. One thing I can't really praise too much on the song has to be the production, mainly the instrumental in the back. It kind of just sounds like some like weird mix of pop and country and some folk music, and it kind of just throws off the vibe of the whole album. It also just kind of sounds a bit wonky, especially with like that kazoo in there. I think it's a kazoo. I'm not sure what instrument that is. It just sounds weird, and it gives me weird vibes. That's all I'm gonna say. Overall, though, I still feel like this song very clearly outshines like Ooh in terms of how strong the chorus is. Now, I would admit that, like Ooh's chorus is a lot catchier than Like a Fool's chorus, but 9 times out of 10, I would much rather listen to Like a Fool's chorus over Like Ooh's, just because I just feel like it's overall better. For my score, this song is definitely the strongest song on the album, so I'm gonna give it a very strong rating of 4 boops. Like I said, the goofy production does hold it back a bit, but I just think that the song is just the best display of all the members that this like album has to offer, even better than like Ooh. And just in general, I just feel like this song is just a much better introduction into the group, at least in the vocal department. So, this album, as a whole, I feel like it's an alright debut for Twice. Considering how I first listened to this album 7 years after its release, and after having already listened to some of their newer albums at that point, it was definitely underwhelming. But since, the story begins with the beginning of their discography, I'm not gonna fault it too much for being underwhelming. As an album that was supposed to sell me on this group, I think it barely did an alright job, like an average job at it. Some of the members had their moments that did stick with me, especially in the B-sides, like Momo's rap and Do It Again, and Chungyeon and Sana in Like a Fool. But even then, I felt like a few of the members and just a few of the songs in general didn't really leave much lasting impressions with me, and just kind of left me wanting more from them. So for my rating on this entire album, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a score of 3 boops. I don't think it's a bad album by any means, but it kind of is definitely lacking in a lot of memorable songs and moments that would make this like a great album. Mainly because I felt like only one of the songs on the entire album was really, a standout track, while the rest of it was either pretty alright to just being alright terrible. So, would I recommend this album? Well, yes, but actually no. If you're just getting into K-pop and into Twice specifically, I would recommend this album, since I feel like it's an alright debut for one of the most popular girl groups out there. And I think it's always like a good idea to always check on an artist's first release to see like where they came from. However, I definitely would not recommend this album to anyone these days, especially if you don't really like Twice's sound to begin with, since with it being their debut album, this is just their quintessential Twice. What song do I recommend? As you can probably tell from the song's score of 4 boops, I think Like a Fool is the best representation of this album and Twice's sound. It also just screams high school girl being in love with her crush, that feeling, which I feel like early Twice and their sound specifically was all about. So yeah, Like a Fool definitely stands out the song that I would recommend. If not though, if you don't really like that, the little production, like I was making fun of it earlier, I would, I guess, recommend the title track, Like Ooh, because I feel like that song is pretty decently alright. Now, would I consider this album as a whole an essential album for Twice? Okay, so I'm kind of just taking this idea from Apple Music, since that's what I use for streaming music. So take that, Apple Music. But anyways, I would say that I would consider this album an essential album for Twice. Now you may think, oh, you're only saying that because it's their debut album and it's like not super horrible or just like abysmal to listen to. And you're probably right, but like even then I feel like if you're listening to an artist or trying to get into their music, I feel like it's kind of not required, but I feel like I strongly advise you just to listen to their debut, because it kind of just lets you know how far they've come from what they did originally to like their current sound. So I do think this album is still essential, even though there are some, obvious stinkers on the album in terms of the song quality. Well, here you are, watching the ending of one of my videos. Well, I hope you enjoyed your time, because I sure as heck didn't. Seriously though, I'm gonna try to make this ending short, so I hope you at least got something positive out of this video. And like always, any constructive criticism and feedback is greatly appreciated. Additionally, if there are any other groups that I should consider checking out, like I mentioned earlier, or checking the discography of, then comment it down below, because as of right now, I'm just going to continue with this twice grind of the discography, along with Dreamcatcher coming along pretty soon as well. Twice's page 2 will be the next video. Other than that though, I don't know if I'm going to be doing the debut for Dreamcatcher, or if someone actually comments something and I actually check it out, that will be the next video, so stay tuned for that. Or I could just ask you guys to subscribe, but I don't really like asking people to subscribe, but you should probably subscribe. Other than that, I hope you all have a mediocre day.